So, this wild thing happened in Jumadian, Henan. There was this guy, Lai Zongping, from Xiao Zhuozhuang in Quechan County. He supposedly died, but 3 days later, on the day they were gonna bury him, he straight up stood up in his coffin. Here's the deal. Lai Zongping passed away, and according to local tradition, they kept his body at home for 3 days so friends and family could pay their respects. His parents, Lai Changui and his wife, were heartbroken losing their son like that. It's rough. On the day of the funeral, the witch kinda like a ritual master shouted that it was time to go. 4 strong dudes lifted the big, red-lacquered coffin and started heading toward the family's ancestral graveyard. But when they crossed a bridge in the village, things got weird. The coffin started shaking, and they heard banging from inside. The guys carrying it freaked out. Imagine that. You're hauling a coffin, and it sounds like someone's trying to bust out. They dropped it and ran for their lives. Even Lai Changui and his wife were spooked, standing way back, watching this coffin wobble like crazy. Then, out of nowhere, the heavy coffin lid gets pushed off from the inside and crashes to the ground. And get this, Lai Zongping, who's been dead for 3 days, sits up in the coffin. He's just chilling there, not moving, not saying a word. For like 10 minutes, the whole village gathers around, but nobody's brave enough to get close. After a while, Zongping stands up, stiff as a board, and starts walking back to his house. His dad, Lai Changui, is thinking, maybe he's not dead. Maybe the doctor screwed up. But then, he remembers he personally washed and dressed his son's body after he drowned in the river. Zongping had been pulled out by villagers, already dead for a day. No one even tried to save him cause it was obvious he was gone. Still, him walking around seemed like a miracle, so the family was like, whatever, he's back. But things got stranger. After coming back from the funeral, Zongping just hid in his room, squatting in a dark corner of the kang like a heated brick bed that never got any sunlight. His mom would call him for dinner, but he wouldn't budge. He wasn't the cheerful, sensible guy they knew anymore. His dad, feeling bad, asked, "What do you want to eat, son?" "Mom'll make it." For the first time since he came back, Zongping spoke. He said he wanted chicken. So, his mom killed their big all 2.5-year-old rooster, cooked it up and brought it to him. Zongping went nuts, dived right in, grabbing the chicken and chowing down, not caring it was scalding hot. His mom told him to slow down, but he turned around and growled at her like some kind of animal. It didn't even look human. For days, all Zongping ate was chicken. Nothing else. He went through all the family's chickens, so his mom had to buy more from town. The Lai family wasn't rich, so this was a big deal. They tried to get him to eat something else, but nope, chicken or bust. After eating, he'd just squat in that dark corner, staring into space. Didn't sleep, didn't let anyone near him. Then, the village started noticing something creepy. People's chickens were disappearing. One night, a villager named Wang Defa woke up to his dog barking like crazy. He grabbed a flashlight and checked his yard. Over by the east wall, he saw a shadowy figure crouched in the corner, chomping on a raw chicken, blood all over its face. Wang blinked, and the figure was gone. But his chickens were definitely missing. Pretty much every chicken-owning household in Xiao Zhuozhuang had the same thing happen. Back at the Lai house, things were getting gross. Zongping's room started reeking like something dead was rotting in there. His parents could barely stand it when they went in. His mom cleaned the room all the time, but the stench wouldn't go away. They knew something was seriously off, so they called in a famous witch from the area. The moment this old master stepped into the house and smelled that stink, he knew what was up. He started yelling at Zongping, "You filthy thing. How dare you mess with these folks? Get out." Zongping didn't say a word, just glared at the guy with this nasty look. The master wasn't having it. He shouted, "You don't want to leave. Fine, I'll make sure you're gone for good." Suddenly, Zongping looked terrified, went limp, and collapsed on the kang. He was dead again. His parents were crushed, seeing their son die a second time. When they checked the corner where Zongping had been squatting, they found a huge hole in the kang, filled with gnawed chicken bones and feathers. It was disgusting, and that's where the smell was coming from. When Lai Changui went to clean up his son's body, he saw it was rotting fast, covered in corpse spots. It was clear Zongping hadn't really been alive these past few days. Something else had been using his body. The family hung up white lanterns again, and even though they'd always been against it, chose to cremate him this time. Later, some wise old guy said Zongping had been long gone, and something had taken over his body, like a borrowed corpse situation. It was only eating chickens for now, but if they'd let it go, things could have gotten way worse. Nobody said exactly what Asterisk had possessed him, but the story spread like wildfire in the area. And then there's this other creepy tale from the foot of Mount Tai, in a village in Fanjin, Dayu District, Tai'an City. The Lai Zongping family moved into this old, abandoned house. The very next day, his wife drank pesticide out of nowhere and died. The day after that, Zongping himself was found dead in a side room, surrounded by pesticide bottles. Just like that, their family of 4 was down to 2 kids, aged 17 and 16, left to fend for themselves. One morning, the younger brother woke up and his older brother was gone. The whole village searched for days, but found nothing. The younger kid, with no one else, went to the city to work. He didn't have much education, so he got a job hauling stuff at a construction site, barely scraping by. But bad luck wasn't done with him. He got into an accident at work, impaled by a bunch of steel rebar. Dead on the spot. A month later, villagers pulled a bloated, rotten corpse out of the river. Everyone figured it was probably the older brother. In less than a month, the entire Lai family was wiped out after moving into that house. Since then, nobody's dared to go near that place.